The film begins with a teenage girl named Sarah, full of energy and dream. She wants to go to her friend's party that evening, a simple desire for fun and freedom. But her father, Don, firmly refuses. His tone is controlling, leaving no room for argument. Sarah turns to her mother, reminding her that she had said yes earlier. But her mother gently replies, "Not today, maybe some other time." Angered and frustrated, Sarah storms into her room. There we see her older sister trying to calm her down, but Sarah is furious, not just about the party, but about feeling trapped. That very night, Sarah sneaks out with her friend Christopher. Meanwhile, her mother goes to check her room and finds it's empty. Alarmed, she informed Don. His reaction, pure rage. The next morning, Sarah returned home after spending the night out. Don is furious. He yells at her, scolding her in front of the family. Sarah, overwhelmed, runs to her room. Her mother and sister follow her. While talking to them, Sarah says she'll turn 18 in the 3 months and then she'll go live with her childhood friend. What she does not know is that Don is listening from outside. Don stands quietly outside Sarah's room, his face cold and calculating. Something dark stirs inside him as he hears her plan of leaving. Without saying a word, he goes down to the basement and opens a hidden door. Revealing a secret room, he looks around, eyes scanning the walls. It's as if he's preparing for something terrifying. 3 months pass. Sarah is now officially 18. One day, she is on the phone with Christopher, laughing casually. Her sister is not home and her mother has gone to the market. That leaves Sarah alone in the house. Don walks in with a calm expression and says, "Can you help me carry a box down to the basement?" Sarah agrees, unaware of what's coming. Together, they carry the box downstairs. As they reach the basement, Don opens the hidden door to the secret room. Sarah stares in shock. "What is this place?" she asks. Don does not answer. He gently pushes her inside and then suddenly slams the door shut. Sarah panics. She screams, bang on the door, beg for help, but Don, he simply walks away, ignoring her cries. Behind the sealed door, a nightmare begins and no one even knows. Inside the dark room, Sarah cries and yells for help. Desperate Sarah pulls out a hairpin and tries to pick the lock, but it does not work. Suddenly, the light flickers and shuts off. The ventilation fan stops spinning. Now not only is she trapped, she cannot breathe properly either. Sarah looks around, terrified. She opened the box they had brought into the basement. Inside, she found her clothes, a mattress, canned food, and personal belongings, as if someone had planned for her to stay here permanently. It hits her. This was not an accident. This was a setup. She rushes to a small ventilation grate and screams for help. Her voice escapes, echoing faintly. Don hears it and calmly walks over. Without a word, he seals the grate shut. Now no sound can escape. Back upstairs, Sarah's mother becomes increasingly worried. She starts searching everywhere, calling neighbors, checking with friends, but Don remains disturbingly calm, pretending like nothing happened. His blank face hides a sinister truth, one that buried just below the surface of their own home. Sarah, now in complete silence and darkness, realizes she is alone and no one is coming, not yet. The next morning, Sarah gathers herself and tries again. With trembling hands, she attacked to pick the lock once more, but as before, the light flickered and cut off. Darkness and silence swallowed the room. It's as if the whole basement is under Don's control, including the power. Hours later, Don comes back. As he enters, Sarah charges at him, trying to push past him. But when she reaches the basement stair, the main door is locked too. There's no way out. Don grabs her and shoves her back inside the room. His tone turns colder, more threatening. "If you obey me," he says, "I will let you out." Sarah refuses. Don snaps. His mask of control cracks as he unleashes his rage. He assaults her. Sarah is left broken, physically and emotionally. Hours later, she throws up, her body reacting to the trauma. A week passes. Police begin an investigation into Sarah's disappearance. Dawn calmly tells them she runs away. She always says she wanted to live on her own. Sarah's mother refused to believe it. She said that yes, but she would not do it. The officers suggest waiting. Maybe Sarah will contact them, but Sarah cannot. Not from where she is. Time passes slowly in the basement. Sarah lives every moment in fear and darkness. Yet deep inside, she keeps trying to find a way out. That one day, Christopher shows up at her house again. He worried and wants answer. Dawn meets him at the door and lies. She ran off with an old childhood friend. Christopher senses something off but has no proof. He lives helpless. Meanwhile, Sarah's 18th birthday arrives. Dawn walks into the basement with a cake and candle and says, "Make a wish." Sarah, numb and exhausted, blows them out. Dawn tells her again, "Obey me, I'll let you go soon." He gives her a new outfit and says, "I'll grant you one wish." Sarah responds without hesitation, "I want to get out of here." Dawn smiles coldly. "That will take time." Thinking quickly, Sarah adds, "Then I want a clock and a TV." Dawn agrees, but his motives are not kindness. They are control. Sarah starts to feel the shift. Dawn is not just keeping her lock, he's building a world where it decides everything, a twisted prism where time itself is at his command. The next day, Dawn brings Sarah a clock and a small TV. For the first time in weeks, Sarah feels a flicker of normalcy, but it's brief. Deep down, she knows this is all part of manipulation. Still, she makes a plan. Using a metal foot cane, Sarah shapes a sharp edge, something she can use as a weapon. Then, pretending to be cooperative, she calls Dawn closer. But Dawn reads her expression and realizes what she is planning. In a violent rage, she attacked her, this time more brutally than ever before. He beats her, breaking her hand. Sarah is left crying in pain on the cold basement floor. Her hopes dims but does not die. Time passes. A year later, Sarah is visibly pregnant. Her body is weak, but her spirit is still fighting. Through pain and isolation, she delivers a baby girl alone. Dawn sees the child and shows no emotion. A daughter does not please him. Still, for Sarah, that baby is light in the darkness. Over the next 4 years, Sarah raised her daughter in captivity. Then, she becomes pregnant again. The cycle of abuse continues. Above them, life moves on, unaware of the horror hidden beneath. 4 more years pass. Sarah's mother still longs for her missing daughter, holding on to hope. One day, Dawn returns home announcing a job promotion. Sarah's mother suggests hiring a private investigator to find Sarah, but Dawn quickly shuts her down and leaves the room. Below, in the basement, Sarah clings to the little joy the TV brings. It's the only escape for her and her daughter from their endless day. Soon after, Sarah gives birth again, this time to a baby boy. But when the child fell ill with a fever, Dawn brings medicine. That night, another fight breaks out between them. Christopher returns once again, still worried. She speaks to Sarah's sister and tells her what Dawn had said, that Sarah ran away with someone. Sarah's sister doubts it. "Sometimes I feel like Dad is hiding something," she whispers. One evening, Dawn and his wife argue again. In the chaos, Dawn drops a key from his pocket. Sarah's sister notices and quietly picks it up. Curious and suspicious, she walks down to the basement. Inside, she found strange object, old clothes, personal item. Her heart pounds. Why these things here? She wondered as the darkness began to unravel. Sarah's sister stares at the item in the basement, clothes, toys, worn out belongings. Something feels deeply wrong. Just then, Dawn appears. His tone is stern. Without giving her time to question anything, he orders her out of the basement. She leaves, but her doubts grow stronger. Not long after, Sarah gave birth to her third child, another baby boy. She begs Dawn, "Please take him to my father." Gives him a real life. Dawn pauses. Then a twisted idea forms in his mind. That night, Dawn quietly placed the baby on his doorstep with a handwritten note. "Mom, I am Sarah. This is my baby. I can't raise him. Please take care of him." Sarah's mother hears the baby's cries and rushes out. She finds the child and the note. Her heart breaks, but she brings him inside and decides to raise him. Meanwhile, Dawn finds a second note, one that enrages him. "My father has locked me in the basement." Furious, Dawn storms down to Sarah and assaults her again as a punishment. Sarah lies in pain, her strength fading, yet her love for her children and her dream of freedom still burns deep inside. Years pass, Sarah's children begin to grow, but Dawn's twisted behavior does not stop. Now he begins eyeing Sarah's daughter in disturbing ways. Sarah notices and fear grips her heart. Her daughter suffers from asthma, and Sarah knows she has to act before it's too late. One day, Sarah notices water leaking from the ceiling. A thought strikes her. Maybe the floor above is weak. Maybe she can reach someone. Carefully, she creates a hole and during the night shines a small light through it. A man outside sees the strange light and tells Dawn, There's a glow coming from your basement. Dawn's face darkens. She storms into the basement and beats Sarah mercilessly. The violence causes her to miscarry. Her unborn baby dies. Dawn buries the child without remorse. Later, Sarah asks Dawn about the baby she gave to her mother. Dawn replies coldly, "He's playing in the tournament next month." Sarah's heart aches, but also stirs with a new kind of strength. In that teeny, suffocating room, her children begin asking questions. When will you go outside? When we can play? Dawn snaps. When your mother behaves, Sarah knows her time is running out. Trying to protect her kids, Sarah apologizes to Dawn. Her children, confused and angry, ask why she said sorry. She said softly, "I just want to keep you safe." That night, Sarah finally tells them the truth, who Dawn really is, what he has done. The children are horrified. Her daughter, overwhelmed, suffered a severe asthma attack. Dawn, enraged that Sarah told them the truth, begins to beat her again, but this time her son steps in. To punish them, Dawn shuts off the basement power, plugging them into darkness. Days pass. Dawn loses his job, his savings vanish. Then comes a final blow, a bank notice. Leave the house or face eviction. Desperate and cornered, Dawn makes a terrifying decision. He decides to kill Sarah and the children, connect his car exhaust pipe to the basement ventilation system, letting deadly smoke pour in. But before it's too late, Sarah's son, the one she sent to her mother, appears at the house. Dawn stops. Soon after, Sarah's daughter suffers another asthma attack. Sarah pleads to take her to the hospital. Dawn reluctantly agrees, and there, Sarah sees her chance. At the hospital, she secretly reaches out to a female doctor and whispers, "Please help me." The doctor noticed Sarah's fear. Just then, a police officer stepped in. Dawn is caught. The truth finally comes out. Sarah's other son is rescued. Her mother, heartbroken, embraces them all. Dawn is sent to a prison. The final scene shows Sarah free at last, walking into the sunlight with her mother, sister, and children. Christopher arrives, still unmarried, still waiting. Sarah smiles and drives away with him. Girls in the Basement ends. A chilling story of survival, strength, and freedom. If you find this creeping, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.